Alright guys, so we just got some huge news here. I was just in the middle of recording a different video, but something popped up on my Twitter page which I could not ignore. And it appears that the flame is slowly dying out for the Calgary Flames as they are reportedly parting ways with forward Matthew Tkachuk. I can't believe this. This is absolutely insane, especially after the whole Gaudreau fiasco. Now we have to deal with this. And the main reason why this whole trade talk is just sparked up out of nowhere is because the Flames have just decided to file for arbitration with Matthew Tkachuk. Now, Pat Steinberg on Twitter just reported the more you dive into Calgary's decision to take Matthew Tkachuk into arbitration, it's clear this is a move to buy time, either to sign him long-term or to make a trade. And knowing how rarely this happens with players of Tkachuk's caliber, a trade seems likely. Brandon Kiley on Twitter also reported the Calgary Flames have done this to buy more time with Matthew Tkachuk. It's pretty clear to me that the two are parting ways. I do believe this will be wrapped up within the week. So what he's basically saying here is that we could see a Tkachuk trade in about a week, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. I guess McDavid's goal really did send this team into a whole rebuild. That's absolutely crazy. And honestly, if this move does end up happening, then who knows what the whole Flames organization is in for the next however long. Because at the end of the day, man, when you're losing your two best players, it really isn't too promising for the future. And it does shock me too, because I remember when the Flames got knocked out by the Oilers, I was looking through Twitter and Instagram, and I was looking at Flames fans posting their thoughts and whatnot, and I was expecting it to be really negative, but it was pretty positive for the most part. A lot of fans were like, you know what, boys, great season, tough loss, but next year we're going to be even better, going to come with vengeance, this and that. And to see it take a turn like this is just honestly such a shock, and I could not have expected it. But the Flames, man, they're not even looking like a playoff team next year without their two players that got over 100 points last year. So I don't know what to make of this. We're going to be talking about all this in this video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, make sure you join the fandom because we are growing. And for question of the day, let me know what you think of this whole situation. Just what do you make of it in general? Because I feel like this is just such a shock, especially for me too, because I feel like unlike some team in the East, this is right next door to Vancouver. So, we play the Flames a lot of history there. I'm pretty familiar with most of their players, so to see them go through what they're going through right now is really tough. And honestly, I could not feel worse for Flames fans myself. But yeah, man, let's actually get right into it here. So the club took it to Twitter earlier and publicly posted, the Flames have filed for club-elected salary arbitration with Matthew Tkachuk. This provides us the opportunity to continue to work with his representatives towards a contractual resolution while removing the possibility of an offer sheet. Now, a lot of people were pretty confused by this decision because it's pretty rare for a team to file for salary arbitration, and as a result, some people believed it was a good sign for him staying on the Flames. However, there were some things that did suggest otherwise, and that Tkachuk would actually be moved. Here's what an article by Colton Panko today wrote. While filing for club-elected arbitration effectively prevents other teams from extending an offer sheet to Tkachuk, it also seems to suggest that he was going to accept the qualifying offer from the organization, which would have been a one-year $9 million deal. This would keep him with the Flames for the 2022-23 season before he became a free agent similar to Johnny Gaudreau. This would have been a major disaster for the Flames. They simply cannot afford to lose two superstar talents while gaining nothing in return. Sure, they could have traded Tkachuk after he accepted his one-year deal, but most teams would prefer to have him unsigned while obtaining his rights so they could work out a long-term deal of their own. Any team making a trade for him on a one-year contract would know he could bolt at any time next year in free agency, which would significantly lower his trade value. Alright, so after reading this article here, I think it should be pretty clear that the Flames are in a pretty tricky situation and are ultimately left with no choice but to trade Tkachuk, because after all, as the article stated, there's no point in just keeping him around because he's going to leave at some point, and you can't just lose your two best players for nothing at the end of the day. I don't know about you guys, but personally, when I first heard about the arbitration and Tkachuk, I didn't really know how the two linked to a trade, so I think this article really clears up a lot of what's actually going on here. So when we talk about the Flames buying time, it actually makes a lot more sense since arbitration hearings actually start on July 27th and run until August 11th. So what this means is that the general manager of the Flames is likely doing everything he can to find the best possible trade offer for his star forward, and will try to move him before a deal is resolved by an arbitrator. So this pretty much wraps up what is just a small update on what's going on here with the Flames. A devastating offseason for sure, losing their two best players. And I will be providing an update when Tkachuk actually does end up getting traded, or there are any other future updates on this whole situation. But until then, let me know what you guys all think in the comment section below. Who do you think will be picking up Matthew Tkachuk for their team next season? And what do you make of the whole situation? Because it's really, really interesting. And yeah, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel with those post notifications, like the video, and I'll be sure to catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.